the fairy and nest, Yvie here. Welcome back to my garden. And I thought today I would do a little video. So lovely to have you come and join me for my Serenity Cafe Art and Chat series where I just talk about life. And I'd love for a few to share too. I'll always love to know what you're doing. And today is actually Mother's Day. So if any of you know me on my little journey here on my channel, I've done a little diamond painting before. So I'm going to be doing this one and I'm going to be reflecting because it's actually Mother's Day today. My hubby and son are both working, so we're all going to be celebrating next weekend. But I'm going to share a little bit about this diamond painting. I'm going to have my cuppa and I'm going to reflect about being a mother myself and also memories of my mother and grandmother, just little reflections. And do you have a special motherly figure in your life that you have always loved? My mum and grandmas are now beautiful stars in the sky, and I love them dearly. And you might find out a little bit about why I named my channel Fairy Wren Whispers as I chat along. So come along, join me. It's lovely to see you. Happy Mother's Day. So I'm in my little angel room, I call it. And this is my little window here and my little desk. I'm all set up and have a beautiful orchid. I've been gifted a lot of orchids in the last 18 months and my hubby gifted me that. I went away for 2 weeks. I had the most fantabulous holiday babysitting my sister's dog and house sitting at my sister's on my own. And when I got back, there's a beautiful note on the kitchen cupboard and that beautiful orchid. Just adjust the screen. I don't want to edit this. I'm just going to hit record and talk today. So firstly, here on Mother's Day, let's celebrate. Happy Mother's Day. Whether you're a mother or a motherly figure to someone, whether it's of children or fur babies or whatever it is that has that lovely motherly energy, no matter who you are, let's celebrate that today. I've lit some candles, got my little beautiful lotus flower candle there, shining brightly. I may sit it there so it's in the screen. But this is a beautiful diamond painting my son bought me a while ago now. And it's called Field of Dreams. And it's by a company called Diamond Dotz. And it's square crystal or sparkly diamonds. It's a pre-framed kit, so I can just hang it on the wall. See how there's a frame? And it's 40 by 41 centimeters. And I've been doing a lot of it lately. I took it away with me on my little breakaway on my own, as I said, that my sister's babysitting her dog for 2 weeks. And so this is how much I've got done so far, sort of this bit I still have to do. I might try and zoom the camera over. And it's really sparkly. I can't wait to finish it and hang it on one of my walls. And it comes in a kit where you've supplied everything. Now I've organised mine just in the little bags in order, and I cut the ends off and use it, what I need to use, and then sticky tape it back up. And it comes with this little bit of putty or sticky tacky sort of stuff that you put on the end of your pen so it holds the diamond. It comes with its own diamond painting pen, but I don't like those so much, so I bought myself it is cheap on eBay, just one that was a little bit bigger, so that's the one I bought. And it comes with a little diamond tray and you pour them into there and you work from there. It's really simple. So that's my little setup, and it comes with little key or legend So here's the symbol, and for this one, and it's AO1, that's the bag of diamonds you get, and you put them on your canvas will be that symbol. Now, I remember my son got me this on special, and they can be expensive. You can pay up to $100 for some of the diamond Dotz paintings, but they're a beautiful quality. But this was $50 including postage online in a shop in Australia, but it was a while ago now. And he said, Mum, I'll buy that for you. So I love it. So I thought, yeah, let's celebrate Mother's Day and chat along today. My hubby and son, as I said, are both working today, and we're celebrating next weekend. We could be all together because my hubby's parents have beautiful stars as well many moons ago, and my grandparents and parents many moons ago are gone. So, but I'm a mum. If you follow along, you know I have a son and I love him dearly, and he's 24 and a half, and he'll be moving out this week. Oh my. Yes, so that's a big change for me, but he's very independent now. And if you followed along in about 2021, I talked a little about on a video where he moved away for a year, 12 months at a job in another state. So, so lots of changes. And if you know me too, I finished up working for about 2 years for a friend, looking after her little boy who's now 5.5. So it's going to be quiet around here. So I'm just going to get my diamonds ready. I might just paint down here. Now, as you can see, I've actually folded back this film, protective film. Now, a lot of diamond painters, if you follow any of those, some of them get washi tape and they section off a square and just do the square, but I tend to not do that so much. I may do later with some diamond paintings that I've acquired to do later, but yeah, I might just do this little section here. How's that sound? Just as I chat along. I probably won't get much done because I'll be busy showing you a few things as well. But yeah. So with this one, sometimes I use a magnifying glass because it's not an overly big diamond painting. So yeah, it gets a bit tricky at times. But anyway, I'm going to get H. The symbol H, and here this is how we do it. So you go to H, and I need A20 is the color I need. So I go to my little packet and I get A20. So there's A20. I put them aside. Now, being Mother's Day, I'm actually in my pajamas. My love heart, love to all. So yeah, as we reflect, as I said, you may have children or fur babies or whatever it is that you have a nurturing or motherly connection with. You may have happy memories and celebrations today, or like me, when you can all get together. Here's the little like putty, I'm not sure what they call it, but yeah, you put a little bit on the end, and then I have a multi-placer for the bigger areas that you can put a whole lot on and then put on your canvas. So I'm just going to keep this brief. So firstly, being Mother's Day, it was lovely to get home from my 2-week break, and my boys were happy to see me. But as I said, my son's moving out into a friend's house, and the friend's brother. The mother has moved away, and they're going to be staying in the house, and you know we've known them for years, and yeah, his friend's mother's more than happy to have my son stay, and it's quite cheap rent, so I'm happy for them. He's excited, and oh my gosh, the house is a complete mess here. We're getting some carpet put in, and we're doing 2 rooms at a time. We've got 4 bedrooms, so my upstairs is a mess. They've done 2 rooms on Friday, just gone, but they forgot the carpet for the walk-in robe, so I can't complete our main room until they come Monday week to finish off the other 2 rooms. Long story, but I have done the biggest mega declutter. Nothing is going back into our rooms that is not going to be used. We'll donate it to charity, whatever that is, clothes, bits and pieces. And I've been decluttering over the last couple of years anyway. So I do a bit, I stop and start. So yeah, but the carpet, we've been here for I think about 14 years or so, and it needed replacing. You know, we've had cats and dogs. But yeah, it just freshens up the house, I guess, and we put aside a few pennies and saved up, and yeah, so that's what's been happening. So can you see I've got my little magnifying glass, and I just, yeah, put it like that. And I've got my little crystal holding the plastic bag. So at the beginning of 2021, you know, I love journaling. Now, I did a little art video about that, just the feeling of when your son moves away, and because he's moving away this week. But that's a little bit of the art I did. Now, I didn't show his face. I'll just keep his, you know, identity. Anyway, so, and I wrote a beautiful little poem when he was born, and I called it The Little Papoose. And I've put a little copy of that there. And yeah, so this is: the tiny elves tiptoed across the cabbage patch, peeping amongst the leaves for butterflies to catch. Behold what they found, a tiny bundle, a little baby boy, a gift from God, a delightful bundle of joy. And the little elves danced and sung and jumped delight with glee, carrying this precious papoose to a time and place belonging to his daddy and mummy. So that's a little poem that I wrote when he was born, and I type it out and put a photograph, and it's framed on the wall. But I won't show you that, or the photograph. Yeah. But also I wanted to share my love of him, of course. But here's some little diaries that span 5 years from when I was pregnant with him, and my reflections and little poems. And you know, I love journaling. So this is journaling. So these are samples of some old journals. As I said, he's 24 and a half now. And they just bring tears to the eyes, and how precious I believe journaling is for myself, particularly on my journey and going back to old journals. I'm going to show you some old journals in another video. Not the full pages, but just some reflections. And here's a beautiful little page when he was 1. When my son was 1. Try to relax and write. You insisted on taking this book and pen and doing a little artwork. So rather than have tears, I held the book and let you go to town. You squealed with delight. And this has got scribble frenzy, and there's so just, I love that. I love memories. If you follow me, you know I'm nostalgic. So, yeah. So I have beautiful, treasured memories, and my son, as I said, moving this week. But it will be a celebration. He's only about going to be maybe 10-minute drive from here. So he's close by. And yeah, so I'll be cooking him a big lasagna and his friend and brother. So when they move on Wednesday, I mean, he only has to take his bed and a cupboard. So we're just hiring a little van, and my hubby and son can transport his clothes and that. So yeah, wow, big changes. So I'm going to reflect a little bit about my mum and grandma's now, and how they're great big shining stars in the sky. I'm not getting much diamond painting done, am I? And here is a poem. Now I've made this when I was a young girl, 1983. And I've painted this for my mum, and I've made that, and she could stand it up. And I wrote her a beautiful poem, and it's got: the best mum ever, many best wishes to you, Luv Yvie, because that's my real name. And I'll read it to you. So tender is your heart and soul, your love burns like fire with coal, smiling from you is a sunlit ray, possessed in our lives, forever you'll stay. Soft and mellow, sweet and kind, a mum like you is hard to find. As delicate as a soft pink rose that stands tall, its beauty shows. Days come, days go, you're the best forever you know. Gifted you are, what a splendid thing, for all the happiness to me you bring. And I've given that to her around Christmas time, before Christmas, on a very significant event in our lives. But yeah, I thought I would share that. And this is a beautiful card from her. This is my heart to you with love. And it's got beautiful words. It was 2006, and she's got: for my angel, sent from God to me, love, Mum. Now, I didn't actually plan doing this video today on Mother's Day, and I could dig up a whole lot of cards and things, and I've written a poem for my grandma as well. I write poems for people. I've written one for my dad, and I've got them in frames around the house. Yeah, so I could gather all those, but that was just like a poem from when I was a really young girl to my mum, and it was my birthday the other day, and somehow we accidentally ended up driving by her old street just by chance. We had to go to the radio station, the local radio station, because my hubby had won a prize on the radio station. We had to go pick it up, and it was near her house. And we were driving by, and at the end of the street, her street, on the day of my birthday, there was a beautiful, random balloon just floating around, bobbing up and down on the footpath near her house. So if you believe in angels and the signs, that's just one little sign. And we had the radio on at the time, and there was a radio quiz on, and the question was, who sung Over the Rainbow? And that's a special song. Who doesn't love that song? The Mum and I loved that song, and The Wizard of Oz, and it has a very special meaning, as I know it does to a lot of people. And it said, who sings Over the Rainbow? And my husband and I are shouting out, Judy Garland, Judy Garland. And one bloke rings up and says, Julie Andrews. And another bloke rings up and says, Julie Anthony. And we're going, no, no. And eventually, I think it was a lady that rung up and she said Judy Garland. But you know what? I'm so glad those two fellows rang up and said Julie Andrews and Julie Anthony instead of Judy Garland, because my mum's name was Julie. And that was our song. And, you know, we were listening to the radio station as we were passing by her street, and that random balloon was just on the footpath. So it was, yeah, if you believe in angels and the signs, they'll always find you. So that was the best birthday present. Just a present from spirit from her. So I have beautiful memories of both my grandmas, love them dearly, and my channel is named after one of my grandmas, and my grandma and mum are always one, I believe. So when they send me signs, I know it's from both of them. You know, if I see a fairy wren. But my grandma's name was Gwen, and everyone called her Gwenny Gwenny Blue Wren. And, you know, I've had my channel for over 4 years now, probably 4.5 years. And yeah, it's a lovely sentiment to her, but to the lovely sentiment of both my mum and grandma's. And it's fairy wren whispers, like whispers from spirit. So that's a little bit of my sharing today. And I have a photograph of my son, and he's wearing, I did dig these up for the chit chat today. He's wearing this beautiful snail beanie and this little bib that says Wednesday. And it's starting to deteriorate, the plastic. And my sister used this for my nephew as well. I had this for my nephew, and my nephew's in his early 30s. So I'm going to show you that photograph. This is just me being nostalgic. I'm going to show you that photograph. I'll just go and get it. It's on my shelf. And it's the sweetest photograph, but I'll cover up his face. And there he is. And there he's wearing the snail beanie and the bib. And my son, actually, my hubby's in the background, and my hubby's got one of those baby harnesses on the front, you know, where you sit them like in a little seat in the front of you and you take them walking. And he was taking him to the library that day, and my son would have probably been about 8 weeks there. And here, I've dug this out of the china cabinet, and here's a beautiful puffy fish he made when he was a boy. Little present, a gift. It's in my china cabinet. So that's special as well. So that's, yeah, a little bit of my sharing on Mother's Day. And I didn't want to edit this. And I know I probably, I'd love to share that poem of my grandma's, but I'd have to run upstairs. But we can do that another day. But it was called Butterflies on Teacups. And I did it for her funeral. And yeah, I've got it framed upstairs in a frame on the wall. And yeah, and I've got a poem about my dad. I always have loved poems. I might go back through some of my old journals and books with poems in it one time. But yeah, so how do you see Mother's Day? I know it means different things to different people, and it can be a sad day as we reflect. And also too, it's whether we have children or not, you know, a lot of us have a motherly energy to a friend, you know, or a special animal. And it's all in different form, isn't it? And some of us have fond memories of growing up, and some may not. And hope there is a beautiful, gentle energy, even if it's in masculine form. You might have a dad who's a mother as well, like a mother to you. So whatever it is to you, I'd love to know. And yeah, you know, what gentle energy do you nurture and mother? Perhaps you do that yourself. You've been able to nurture your own self. But yeah, I just wanted to celebrate and share as I do my diamond painting and reflect. I'll be getting into my diary, of course, doing a bit of that today. And yeah, some of you may know I lost my beautiful Moses, my cat of 18 years, who was actually my mum's cat originally. So there was that connection there. And when he passed, in February this year, he actually passed the day before the anniversary of my mum's passing 14 years ago in February. He was 19, so Mum had him for 5 years and we had him for 14 years, and he was a rescue cat. And my son and my mum went to the animal shelter, and my stepdad, my beautiful stepdad, who I lost in August last year. He was the most beautiful man. And he was a very nurturing and loving man. And my son misses him dearly. But they picked Moses. So my son had a very special connection to, of course, to his gran and to Baz. And but yeah, so then we buried Moses on the anniversary, because he passed away the day before my mum passed, but 14 years later, we buried Moses on the day of her passing. So that's another sign. She really did come and take him in her arms and on her wings up into the stars and dancing with the angels, because he was essentially her cat originally. So that's another little sign that I know he's safe and with her in her loving arms, because yeah, he passed the day before her anniversary and we buried him on the day of her passing this year, which was the anniversary of her passing, which is 14 years ago. So yeah, and I planted a beautiful gardenia on Moses' resting place, and the gardenia is called True Love. I'll show you that. I'll get the little, and this is the label of the gardenia that we planted on Moses's resting place under the frangipani tree. And I've done this. That sort of is a reminder today too of how pure love is and the love that we have, especially on Mother's Day. And as I said, I know sometimes there's a lot of sadness around today, but I hope in your heart somewhere there's a gentle place for you to reflect. So I thank you for listening. I guess I never got too much of the diamond painting done, but I will be showing it. I will be putting little snippets of when I do my diamond painting. I can put snippets of filming of the progress and do a video of it collated together. You know how like when I finish, if you know my channel, I've put together little jigsaw videos or painting videos of the finished art piece. Or even in one of my last cafe chats, I did a colouring in page of a fox, and then later on I put it together, the different stages, because of it being completed, and I don't know when this will be completed. It may take me a year. Sometimes it's taken us a year to do a jigsaw puzzle. So, and as I said, I started this a while ago. It was probably 12 months ago I started this. And would you believe, I've done something naughty today. I have ordered 2 paintings with a discount from Diamond Art Club, which is an American company, and I only have one other of Diamond Art Club because they're quite expensive. But my son said he'd buy it for Mother's Day. He didn't know what to buy me. I said, look, darling, there's a few things online I've got my eye on. Or, if you want to take me shopping next week when we celebrate, I said, don't worry about a gift for Mother's Day today. Look, he gave me a beautiful card, and he always says the most beautiful words in the things he writes. And that's enough, really. But any most beautiful, beautiful day. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Have a wonderful day. If anything, enjoy the peace. May you find peace in your heart. Bye. Take care.